spent a lot of time letting go of the things that were not serving me. And now it is time to laser focus on what does. I'm Yvonne Ashley, woman, wife, mother, content creator, and your internet bestie who is here to help you walk into the glow up that you deserve. I don't know about y'all, but last year was a really big year of release for me, getting rid of old habits and limiting mindsets. And this year, I am diving headfirst into all things alignment, ease, and intention. A little bit audacity, a little bit, because I heard the rich people are audacious. 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 Yeah, that's what I heard about them. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, do you remember Rihanna at the Super Bowl? Raise your hands high. Raise your hands high if you do. She gave a very confident, minimalist performance. No crazy outfit changes, no stress. Sis stood on a floating platform and reminded everybody who the F she was without overextending herself. Which brings me to my first thing this year that I plan to embrace fully. I'm talking boundaries over burnout. I used to think that giving my all, even when it left me emotionally wrung out, was a badge of honor. To me, the burnout might have been proof that I either cared enough, that I showed up enough, that I tried hard enough. But baby, that girl, she don't live here no more. Wrong address, wrong street, wrong city, wrong state. Gone. And so now I am fully embracing the truth that I can love unconditionally and still have hard, not soft, boundaries. The kind that are rooted in self-respect and never resentment. Because me being well matters just as much as me being here. People always say you cannot pour from an empty cup. And friend, when I say I have tried to pour from a cracked mug for so long, and so now I'm just at this point in my life where I'm embracing the fact that I don't have to self-sacrifice in order to show up for anybody. Because listen, I'm not proving anything this year. I am completely done with RSVPing to every crisis like I somehow became the event planner. You do not have to do the most to be impactful. You just have to know your worth and protect your energy no matter what. The next thing I'm embracing is knowing I deserve and owning that. So Raji P. Henson. So Raji has been in Hollywood for quite some time, and it took years for her to fully stand up for herself and to demand equal pay as a Black woman in Hollywood. But she did it. She was fully aware of what she deserved and then went after it. Have y'all ever heard of imposter syndrome? If not, just imagine a little bald-headed stepsister sitting right in the back of your mind. That voice is constantly back there whispering, "You're not good enough," telling you every achievement that you worked hard for was a fluke, trying to convince you that you don't deserve to be in the rooms that you are occupying. And every chance she gets, she is trying to remind you that you are not that girl. It's like having your own personal hater who's promoted to middle management in your brain and basically gets time and a half every single week to just remind you that you're basic. But spoiler alert, just in case you were wondering where this was going, she's lying. He or she in your brain is lying. But here's the thing. Going forward, we are no longer allowing that voice to be the driving force behind our thoughts. So kind of like the difference between joy and anxiety from Inside Out. You get to decide who you let drive. And you decide that by showing up anyway. By owning the room, even if your knees are shaking. And by reminding yourself every single day that worthiness is not something that you earn. It is something that you decide. 2026 is for main character energy only. I'm not whispering blessings anymore. I am speaking them boldly. I don't just want the table. I want the full damn spread, period. Closed mouths don't get fed, and neither do shrinking women or men. So from here on out, I am standing in rooms like I belong there, like I'm supposed to be there, like I am the guest of honor, boo, because I am. As should you. Any any place that you step into deserves your presence, deserves your aura on full display. And that's what we're giving them this year, unapologetically. Sorry, I'm doing a whole bunch of hand movements because I done got hype. The next part is embracing the small wins. How important is it to not measure your success by every giant landmark achievement that comes along? It doesn't have to be life changing to be life altering. I decided that I was going to stop waiting for a big break to validate my efforts because the consistent little actions are what's building my momentum. And so I'm at the point where I'm celebrating the fact that I showed up even when no one's watching. I showed up to the gym. I showed up to record today. I showed up to homeschool these kids. I showed up to wash my face and brush my teeth. Yes, queen, get it. You doing your ones, not the twos. The number one, not the two. Yes. So while we're on the subject of celebrating small wins, you guys, the first video I did last week, my first long form video, which let me tell you what a process it was to get to the point where I felt comfortable enough to sit in front of the camera like this with you and just shoot and go back and forth, right? So that was a win in and of itself. But that day, when I say everything that could go wrong was going wrong, out of nowhere in the middle of recording, my storage filled up. Ain't storage, I haven't got a storage notification in I don't know how long. But all of a sudden, when I decide to sit my black down to record this video, my storage is finito. Over. Gone. So I had to stop and continue to like delete stuff and figure out how to get more space while I was doing it. What else was it? My mic. Definitely could have sworn I charged them. My mic started dying. Like it was just all of these different things. And there was a point where I was just like, who's finishing this? Like, who's about to continue doing this? Because this is stressing me out. But long story short, I didn't stop. And even while I was editing and just trying to learn this process of what I want to bring to this channel, I just I sat there and realized like I'm learning. Like as far as like the reels that I'm going to post in order to like give more hype or to share, what I have going on my YouTube channel. I got to win there because I learned one thing works instead of another. And that is the whole process. That is the whole thing, is embracing the fact that there are small wins along the way and to celebrate those. Celebrate them just as much as you celebrate the big moments because they matter just as much because they accumulate on your journey to becoming that girl or that guy. This one speaks to the part of my last video where I was discussing the movie Click. How easy it is to really rush through life and constantly feel like we're supposed to be in a different season than we're in. Lately, I've been sitting with the realization that no, I'm supposed to be right where I am. I'm supposed to be here in this exact season. And I'm embracing the idea that all of the lessons that I'm learning right now are what is going to prepare or make way for the magic that life is bringing later on. You do not get to overflow unless you learn how to carry the cup. And this part right here, this is where I'm learning to hold steady. So I'm embracing trusting my timing. Ava DuVernay directed her first film at 32. Didn't hit wide success until her 40s. Sheryl Lee Ralph won her first Emmy at 65. Viola Davis did not get her breakout TV role in How to Get Away with Murder until 49, friends, 49 years of age. God's timing is greater than everyone else's pressure. Your too late could be the world's right on time. So embrace it all because it's all going to be a beautiful part of your story. And to think, I, I think it makes it sweeter when you realize you worked to get where you are. When you look back and say, dang, I remember when I was just boom, 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 boom. And now look at me. And now look at us doing our stuff, sitting big, sitting pretty in our new house, like with our new whip. And mind you, those are our possessions, right? They're things. Not saying life isn't good with things, or not saying it doesn't help, but you are going to get to a place where what actually matters, what really, really matters, is the depth that comes with knowing you made a way out of no way. I don't know about y'all, but that's deep to me. I made a way out of no way. God said, this is yours, and it was. But right now, in this space, there is so much beauty that you have to focus on in order to even have a chance at getting there. There are so many lessons, so many things about yourself that are going to evolve, to change, to better. Enjoy the ride. I'm enjoying the ride. I'm embracing the ride. I don't have anything else to add. Mic drop. And that leads me into the final thing that I am embracing going forward in this life. And that is being patient with myself while on this journey. You cannot shame yourself into growth. Growth requires grace and room to be human. They always say Rome wasn't built in a day. And I mean, duh. But to be honest, it did take your girl a bit to apply that to my actual everyday life. I used to go through this cycle where I would learn something and have this grand epiphany and expect to be completely evolved by breakfast the next morning, which makes zero sense. And then had the nerve to be stupid hard on myself when I didn't wake up some evolved new version of myself, some oracle who has it all together, who knows it all, who turns up her nose at bad decisions and bad habits. Like I was hard on myself, but I've come to realize that I can hold myself accountable and still be kind to myself. I can recognize I have changes to make and still pursue them without expecting perfection from myself. Because the truth is, undoing years of unproductive habits does not happen overnight. And that's okay. What I am saying is, you don't have to have it figured out by Tuesday. All you have to do is allow yourself to take one step at a time. One step at a time. I have decided that this is the year of Ashley being able to be Ashley and make mistakes and learn from them, or understanding that while I am on this journey to changing my life and evolving, I am not going to be perfect. I'm going to make missteps. I'm going to go backwards sometimes and then go forwards. Flowers do not bloom faster because you yelled at them. They're going to bloom with love and nurturing and care. So be patient with yourself. You have been through a lot. I have been through a lot. We have been through a lot. Life be lifing. And the last thing you need is to be hard on yourself in a world that's going to do it for you. So here's what I know for sure. I'm embracing boundaries over burnout. I'm embracing the belief that I deserve the things that I dream about. I'm embracing the small wins, the ones nobody claps for but are still important. I'm embracing the timing of my life, not rushing to the next phase just to prove something. And most of all, I'm embracing me fully, kindly, lovingly, as I am and as I'm becoming. So I hope you are dedicated to doing the same for yourself. And whatever season you're walking into, I hope you choose to embrace it on purpose. If this spoke to you, please drop a yellow heart in the comments and tell me what you are embracing moving forward. And if you felt seen, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with the bestie that you feel like needs this message too. Until next time, friends, bye. I'm sorry. Sun was setting and I was like, am I gonna get this done? Y'all, I got new mics. I got new stuff. And it wasn't working. And the sun was setting. See this? It's in my face. Whew. All right, y'all. Bye for real.